This is Russ. Yeah, we're still on the path. We are on the Fox River Trail. Yeah. So I stopped us and started us up again. I didn't want one extremely long video. I thought maybe it's better to just split it into a couple of them and continue on that way. So yeah, this is nice. Let me angle the camera a little bit. Sorry, it's bouncing around. There's the river. Oops, there's the river. I'm angling up. Doesn't do you any good. All right, let's keep moving forward. Yeah, we did go down this far before, so we'll see how far we can go. My fear is that I think it's going to rain on us. I really do. I'm looking at the sky right now, and it's kind of dark. I don't know if there's prediction of rain. I see a guy out in a kayak, a couple guys on kayaks. Probably fishing. No, they're just kayaking. Yeah, I would say that riding the Jaguar Rundy here is a bit easier than riding the Engwe EP2 Pro, in that the EP2 Pro has a slightly smaller battery, so you have to swap out that battery quicker. And the way to swap it out, you have to fold the bike to pull the battery out. It's kind of like the electric XP, if you guys are familiar with those bikes. You slide the battery into the frame. So if you have to change a battery, it takes longer to change it out. These don't. You just pull it right out and put it right in. Sorry about that. I had a little sneeze coming up on me. Can't be allergies. I'm not that allergic. Unlike Mrs. Wright, who has allergies. All right, going up a little hill here. Yeah, I think where that hard turn where Mrs. Wright fell off last time, that's coming up ahead. And I told her when we get to that point, let's just get off of it and walk it around that curve. It's a very sharp turn, and she was not that used to riding the bike yet even, and so doing that turn was not easy to do. All right, here's the railroad track. So I think we'll be coming up to that sharp turn eventually. Cross traffic does not stop. Okay. So I told her to get off the bike and let's walk it. I mean, even for me, when I was on the Engwe, it was pretty tough to make that turn. Yeah, so here's where we see this thing. It says a circular thing, Illinois Prairie Path, Fox River Trail. Yeah, we remember this thing. I'm sure she remembers it. Yeah, she really didn't get hurt. And the bike actually didn't even get damaged at all either. All right, so we stopped for a little powwow, and I reminded her that the turn is coming up and that we need to hop off and walk it. It is a tough turn. Even for me, I'm pretty nimble on these bikes now, but I don't even like it. So technically, we should have gone around that. There's no people around, but technically we should have gone around that thing. So the people in the opposite direction would have gone the way we just went. This is the thing with the e-bikes. You could do stuff like this that you would never be able to do if you didn't have an e-bike. You know, people say, "Oh, buy a motorcycle." Yeah, you can't take a motorcycle down here. So, yeah, unless you have a bike or an e-bike, you can't do this. Yeah, you can walk it, but I'm not walking it. You barely walk. You can jog it, like this guy's doing here. And I'm not doing that either. All right, I think we'll be coming up to it very shortly here. All right, let's see where it takes us here. Stop, go straight ahead. Now I know that the GoPro tends to brighten up the scene a little bit more for you, but some parts of this trail does seem a little dark because the trees cover over all of the sunlight coming through. Overall, though, it's a really nice trail. Here's a really steep downhill. So I'm hitting the brakes. Mrs. Wright likes going down fast. We were in Wisconsin. We were doing 30 miles an hour going down a hill. There was no cars. There was nobody around. So now I know going up this hill, I am throttling and pedaling to help it along. This is why you need bikes that have good torque. Yeah, this is the hills, man. This is the way to go. pedal and throttle as you need. Conserve your battery and coast when you can. It's definitely chilly, you know, when you're coming down that fast and stuff. You definitely feel that wind blowing up against you. Probably should have taken a bigger, heavier jacket or a heavier sweatshirt at least. This one's a fairly light sweatshirt. We've got railroad tracks to our left. Yeah, people have said in the past that we are pretty lucky that we have a lot of places to ride. That's true. Yeah, we actually have a lot of bike paths in the Illinois area here. And of course, we're not that far from Wisconsin, so we could always ride up to, drive up to Wisconsin and ride Wisconsin. Some people ride to Wisconsin. They ride their bikes to Wisconsin. They don't drive it. I don't think we're that ambitious. Caution, loose gravel. Yep, that is loose gravel. So I am down 2 bars now out of 5, so I have 3 bars left. We're at 8.4 miles. Now, I remember too, when I did the range test on a Jaguar Rundy, I got as far as, I think, 32 miles, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm riding more aggressively here than I did when I did the range test. So let's guesstimate at least 28 we should be able to get. That's my guess. That's my hope. 8.5 miles now. All right. So FedEx says we have a scheduled delivery for tomorrow. Now let me tell you a little story about that. There's a new bike coming. It was originally scheduled for Friday. Now I totally forgot. Friday I had a lunch appointment with 2 of my buddies from high school. And so I rescheduled it to Monday. Well, I forgot that was our scheduled day we were going to go to Wisconsin. Yeah. Which is today. Today's being Monday. And so she had taken off of work and everything. I totally forgot about that. So I had to go back and I rescheduled again. And so now it's coming in on Tuesday. So the way to do it on FedEx is you put a vacation hold on it. And so I says, oh yeah, we're taking a vacation hold Friday. You can deliver on Monday. So the problem is that, well, it's more than that. That turn that I thought we were going to do is a lot further down. I thought it would have been right away. So anyway, so on Sunday, what was it, Sunday? Maybe it was Saturday night, we remembered. And so I went and changed the vacation hold, and they said it takes 24 hours for the change to happen. This is where she went down. Okay, we're going to take a break here. We're going to walk this. Let's walk it. All right, we have taken the walk. We decided this turn is way too tight to even ride it. I rode it last time. Mrs. Wright took a spill on this one last time. All right, so we're past it. So on Saturday I rescheduled it, and then I saw it said that you can only do vacation holds after a week later. You can't do a vacation hold and change it and do another vacation hold. So I didn't know whether my request took it or it didn't. Apparently it took it because I just got the notice just now. It says that FedEx will schedule a delivery for tomorrow. That's good. Yeah, good. Because otherwise that bike would be showing up and there'll be nobody to sign for it. And as I mentioned before, FedEx has signed for it for you and just left the bike. That's terrible. What's the point of a signature then? If they're signing for it, what's the point of that? And just leave the bike out there for anyone to take. That's stupid. Yeah, this is nice, huh? Look at this. It's like a waterfall. I just grabbed the camera and angle it. Yeah, we remember this definitely. There's a guy out here fishing. And a lot of goose poop. Now, one thing that Mrs. Wright has told us is that because she doesn't have a suspension seat post on this thing, she said that after riding Wisconsin, her butt was hurting. She wants a suspension seat post. The problem is, though, she has the bike seat relatively low, and I told her that even if we put on like a Suntour seat post, that would raise that saddle up higher than she probably would like. So now the only alternative is something like the Satori, the ones that just go up and down. But even that might even bring it higher than she likes. I'm not really sure what we can do. I think the only thing we can do is probably get one and try it and see how it goes. All right, we're going to decide where we're going to go here. All right, we weren't really sure which way we should go. It says caution, red-winged blackbirds. Yeah, the birds are very protective of their offspring, so they'll dive bomb you if you're not careful. I feel little gnats and stuff kind of hitting me in the face. But you can hear the birds, they're chirping and everything. So there are people out here fishing. I haven't gone fishing in a while. I really should. I've been kind of busy riding the bikes. Yeah, that guy had an e-bike. I will tell you that although today we haven't seen that many bike riders along with us, last time we were here, there were definitely bikes that had e-bikes out here. And there's a bike shop not too far from where we entered last time. And maybe they're buying their bikes there. But yeah, definitely saw more e-bikes on the Fox River Trail than on other places I've gone to. They'll just keep increasing as e-bikes become more popular. more people will be on the paths. The one benefit being retired, essentially, except for doing the YouTube stuff here, is that I can ride on days that other people can't. Now, to go on something like this, I do need access to Mrs. Wright's SUV, because it's the only way I can get my e-bikes around. And so I have to kind of wait for her when she's available to go. And it is more fun to have her along, because then there's someone to kind of do with you rather than doing it on your own. I know a number of you guys has asked whether there will ever be a Russ is Right get-together type of thing. And I've really been hesitant in doing that. Simply because I know everyone rides at different paces. I wouldn't like, leaving someone behind or going too fast or going too slow. When it's only one person, it's not so hard to kind of follow along with that. We both are riding the same bike. I'm a lot heavier, of course, than she is. She's more capable of riding than I am in terms of distance. But as far as an experienced rider, I'm a more experienced rider than she is. So I can handle certain types of terrain maybe a little bit better than she can, maneuver a little bit better than she can, but I don't have the distance, I don't have the endurance. I will end up using up the battery a lot more than she will. Yeah, we're down 2 bars at this point, so I still have 3 bars left. We're at 10.2 miles. All right, I keep reaching with my right hand for water. I need to reach with my left hand. The right hand is being left for throttling. Railroad track to our right. Yeah, we both have our Ex-Nito helmets on. We can see her helmet is blinking. At least I can. I know on the GoPro sometimes GoPro makes it kind of hard to see sometimes, because it kind of gives you an ultra wide view, so everything looks smaller and everything than I can see. But I can see her even from this distance I'm at. I can see that light blinking pretty well. There's a front helmet light as well. Again, I would not rely on this as your main headlight if you were riding at night. You definitely want to have a separate headlight, whether you're using your bike's headlight or whether you have an external headlight. I personally prefer the external headlights. I think they're brighter in general if you get a good one, and they do blink. Now at night, I don't know whether I would blink it or just leave it solid though. I like the blinking during the daytime, and I only really ride during the day. So I use it just for an attention grabber, so they know I'm coming. And our subscriber who ran into me when I was on the Magicycle and we had that long talk, he said he noticed me because the lights were blinking. And then he said he noticed that I had the yellow vest on, and so he says, "Are you Russ?" And yeah, that's how you get my attention. If you ever see me, if you just yell out Russ, I will stop, because I will know it's one of you guys, because you wouldn't know my name otherwise, right? So, so I gave him a Russ is Right business card. I always have one of those with me in case I run into you guys. That's your proof that you have run into a Russ is Right. Somebody asked me how the Russ is Right name came about. I said, well, because Russ is always right. I told you guys that. No, I said it just sounded good. Something that kind of had a good ring to it. So yeah, it stuck. Yeah, I was thinking of what name should I call the channel. Russ's eBike channel. Nah. Russ's knee replacement channel. Nah. Actually, when it came out, it wasn't even any of those two things. It was just a general overall channel that didn't know what direction it was going to go. So yeah, I just said, okay, we'll just call it Russ is Right. Something easy to remember. And since that point, Mrs. Wright has been called Mrs. Wright. Yeah, my last name is not Wright. But to you guys, I am Mr. Wright and she is Mrs. Wright. In fact, one of our subscribers actually, and this would be Dan, he sent me a mug that says Mr. Wright on it. Alright, which way are we going? I guess straight or turn. Well, we're going straight. Yeah, he has my address. Most of you guys don't. So I don't want to give you it either. This thing is noisy. You can see the wood slats bouncing. You can see the wood slats bouncing as we're going over it. Look at all this goose poop. Yeah, here we're gonna do it again. Man, was that noisy. Alright, I think this is the thing he was talking about. Going up past the bridge, we're at an 8% incline. So we'll have to pedal and throttle if necessary. I'm on pedal assist level 3. I'm not throttling. Mrs. Wright hasn't stopped pedaling, as you know. She pedals the whole way. She puts us to shame. Puts me to shame, at least. I know some of you guys pedal like her. But yeah, I cannot keep up with her on that. Yeah, those two bridge, man, those things are noisy going over with the bike. I mean, if you're walking it, you don't hear that. But, you know, we're just popping those things like crazy. So we're in an area we have not been in before. I'm adjusting my mirrors so I can see if there's anyone behind us. I'm going up this incline. I'm doing my best just to pedal it. I'm falling behind to Mrs. Wright, but I don't want to use up my battery too bad. It is on pedal assist level 3 though, so of course it's eating up some battery power. You can see what happens when you're heavier. You put in whatever effort you can, and you still fall behind. Alright, let's throttle a little bit here. Catch up a little bit. Yeah, so that is the area I think he was talking about, that there is a incline, he said about 8% grade. Probably is. I think if it was more than that, it would be harder to get up. You know, when I do the hill test, that thing is higher than 8%, I think, because it's very hard to get up there. I've seen people huffing and puffing trying to get up that hill on a non-electric bike. All right. Yeah, this path really goes pretty long. Yeah, for those who want a long ride. Yeah. Bring a second battery though, I'm telling you. In case you need it. Mrs. Wright wouldn't need it. I mean, if I'm down 3 bars, she's probably still 5, I bet you. I'm down to the 3rd bar. I've lost 2 bars out of 5. How's your battery doing? All right, we weren't quite sure which way we should go because kind of ran out of a path, but I noticed this thing says share the road, so I'm assuming that this is a bike path along with the cars. Now, as you notice here, I am still taking about a third of the road. I'd rather them having to pass me and go around me. Because if we stayed here on the edge, they'll just push you further to the edge, because then they won't move their car at all. And they'll keep going the same route they are, and then they'll come too close to us. I'd rather them know that they can't pass me unless they really make an effort to pass me. And it does say share the road, which means you have just as much right to take that road as they do. Now, it would be ridiculous to go right in the middle of the lane, I think, at this point. But take a third. That's how I do it. So we were kind of guessing, and I kind of see a sign up ahead, so I think we did do the right thing to take this road. Now, the key thing is remembering which way to go on the way back. All right, it says Fox River Bluff East. I don't. All right, this is Forest Preserve. Okay, let's see here. I think it's that way too. I think we got to turn. All right, we got to turn around. Let me see what the sign says here. Dogs allowed on leash, vehicles prohibited on road. Okay, I think that's different. I think we gotta go this way. The thing is, if you don't know the path, you take your best guess. All right, a lot of little bugs flying around. They're trying to get our head here. So once we get moving, oops, we have problems because I have recorders and everything. The recorders, which hang off my belt, sometimes get stuck on the saddle when I hop up, pulling me back down. That is a problem. All right, so she is down no bars. She's gone 12.6 miles and she's still 5 out of 5. You gotta hop off, not to go down, step off or something. All right, we're taking our best guess which way to go here. And I don't think this is it. I seriously doubt this is it. I think we gotta turn around. All right. We ended up having to turn around because that was not the path. That was not the path. So who knows? Who knows where to go? Okay, we've run out of road. We don't know where we're heading, so we're heading back. So we decided the best thing to do is just to head back. Yeah, I think we went far enough down this way. There is another direction, but of course we've eaten up a certain amount of distance now that we've come down this way. We can go the other direction, I guess, and try that. All right. You know, homes out here are kind of secluded. Yeah, you got, you go up their driveway, and as I'm looking, it's like, okay, this guy has a wide open area, but some others, they have a lot of trees there, kind of hides everything except for their driveway. I don't know if I would like that or not. Some people like the secluded feel, but yeah, it makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm always crime conscious. Seen too much stuff in my life. Worked too many cases. Worked too many cases. I worked a lot more cases at the DA's office than I did when I was working with the police departments. But, yeah, I mean, the cases we get everything. Burglaries, robberies, homicides, rapes, you name it. We've had every case in the world. So, okay, she says we're turning. Oh, we're not turning. We're going up the path here. Good thing she's paying attention. I would have missed it if it was just me. The thing is, I start talking, I tend to forget. I forget to look. All right, I am down another bar. So where she was at 5 bars, I'm down to 2 bars left. We're at 13.6 miles. So definitely I'm eating up battery a lot more than we think. It was before we were getting like 30 something miles, 32 miles on the battery. We're never gonna make that with this. It was because a lot of it was throttle. We were going up and down hills. That eats into your range. This is why you have to get a second battery if you're gonna do stuff like this, just to be safe. Oh, hold on. Okay, that was really noisy. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it one more time. All right, hold on, here we go. That's nuts. That is so loud. All right, if you're walking it, you wouldn't hear that. But yeah, we're hearing it. I think had we taken a left, which would have been a right when we came down, maybe that would have brought us to a different area. We ran out of road the way we went. It's okay. I don't... Oh, my battery went up to 3. All right, so we're tottering between 2 and 3 on the battery meter. I don't know. My guess is we'll do 25 miles before I have to change the battery out. We'll see. Now we see a lot of these red-winged blackbirds flying around. Yeah, and then they have signs that be careful of the red-winged blackbirds. Yeah, they will dive bomb and attack you. Yeah, right out of an Alfred Hitchcock movie or something. Of course, those were not red-winged blackbirds, I don't think. I think it initially started out with seagulls, wasn't it? Yeah, I think a seagull attacked her first. I don't know if it was always seagulls, but I think it started out that way. Yeah, she attracted birds. I remember when I was younger, that was a scary movie back then. Not so much now. Unless you're actually being attacked by a bird. Now that would be scary. Yeah, so we're having fun. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching and riding along. Some of you guys I know have told me that you don't necessarily watch the Russ's Right. Oh, there's Little Bird. Don't necessarily watch the Russ's Right channel. You kind of listen to me while you're riding your own bikes. Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate that too. Kind of keep you company, just like you guys keep me company when I'm riding. If I didn't have somebody to talk to, yeah, it'd be a little boring to me. Mrs. Wright has no one to talk to. She's just on her own. She's just doing her own thing. You could cross over the bridge over here. Yeah, it goes kind of dark up over there. We're not going to do that. We're just going to keep going back. Then we'll eventually stop for lunch. Stop for lunch somewhere, eat some lunch. And then continue on. Yeah, overall we do like riding by some water. This area over here is kind of really compacted gravel. Did we do that coming here? I don't recall. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we did do it. I see the railroad tracks again. Alright, the bikes are getting out of control at this point. We have several bikes in the living room now. In fact, we had to move a table that we had in the living room just so it would make it easier for the bikes to sit there. We cannot continue. We can't keep adding so much more without getting rid of some bikes. So stay tuned. Eventually I will put up a notice that some bikes are going to be sold again, because I can't keep taking any more in at this point. I mean, we spilled over to taking up the entire living room at this point now with bikes. So my office has all the bikes in there. The garage has all the bikes in there. The living room now has all the bikes in there, including the dining room. It's out of control, yeah. So if you're looking for an e-bike or know somebody looking for an e-bike, stay tuned. I will eventually make the announcement of which bikes will be up for sale. And again, if you do decide to get a bike from me, you do need to come get it. I am in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I cannot ship it. I will not ship it. No boxes anyways. And you have to take it apart and everything. I'm not going to do that. So you have to come get it. And now I'll let you know that we've had people from Wisconsin come to get it. We've had people from Michigan come and get it, besides Illinois. So, it's a little bit of a drive, but, you do save some money and you get to meet Russ's Right. That should be worth it right there. Yeah, I don't think so, but... Yeah, we're back up to 3 bars. How did that happen? It was 2 bars, we're back up to 3 again. I've been throttling. I've been pedaling a little bit, but I've been throttling a lot. 15.6 miles. It's definitely cold. I can feel it. I can feel the cold. Oh, we got some sun. I can definitely feel the cold. Hard part about stuff like this is if you needed the washroom, I don't see any place you can go. Okay, I see an outhouse out there. I don't know whose that's for, but I do see one out there. I don't need to go at this point, but other than that, how else would you go? Yeah, I don't think this river is very deep, really. I may be wrong, but I don't think so. If you know how deep the Fox River is, put a comment below. Let me know. I could probably look it up. But it has been an enjoyable ride so far. I think we did better this time than the last time we came here. I think even if the weather went all the way up to where it should be, the high was only 71 degrees, which is my ideal riding temperature, as you know. But that won't happen till afternoon sometime. Oh, she's going the wrong way. Okay, those are the birds and stuff. So here's the waterfall. Yeah, cool. Get to see that. And there's people walking along the rocks trying to get to a better fishing position. Mrs. Wright has found different areas for us to go. So we had a little talk as to where we should go, and I said that we actually passed it. When we saw the guys fishing, we should have taken a left, but we went straight instead. I'm kind of glad we did, because we got to see a little closer to that waterfall area. But now we're heading back the way we originally came. I don't know if these guys are catching anything or not, but they're putting in an effort. Alright, so this is how we came last time, so we're back the way we should be. Although it was good to go off a little bit. Yeah, I would say when I hop off, I get pushed up, right up to the handlebar, and so it's really tight, and I know that the camera goes right up against it. This is how I damaged the cable before, because it sticks out when I have it that way. This way, when the phone is sideways, at least if I hit it, it doesn't hit that cable. Current time is 11:52. Sorry, how did I get 5? 11:52. I always I stay quiet when I'm not really sure where we're going. And, yeah, she has a lot better memory than me. If I was to do this on my own, we'd be totally lost. Wouldn't be able to get back. Yeah, we're 2 out of 5 bars on the battery meter. We're at 16.8 miles. I remember on the Jaguar Rundy, when I was doing the range test, I remember the thing was being on like 1 bar and I had like 5 or 7 miles more or something like that. It actually surprised me how much further we were able to go, even though I thought we were running out of power.